it doesn't trip this unit. I got the music playing, I'm running the skill saw, I used the welder. It's pretty crazy, guys, how advanced and how much better these units are getting. Today I'm running my Egretech 2200 through a real-world test. I brought this system up to 100% yesterday, and this morning at about 4 a.m. I plugged in my Starlink internet, and I'll run my freezer and everything else off of this station today while it's charging, and we'll see how well it keeps up with my homestead. In the 3 hours that I've had my Starlink connected to the system, the battery's gone down to 93%. But the sun is up now, and I have 400 watts of solar panels going in to the system. It can accept 1,000 watts of solar, but we're gonna test it out. I think a lot of people would have about a 400 watt system, and we'll see how that does. While most people test power stations in an office setting, I really live off-grid in the middle of nowhere, and I like to run the systems I get in a real-world scenario, because it's great that you can see theoretically how it works. And to be honest, most of those office setting guys are better electricians than I'll ever be, but seeing how it actually works in a real-world scenario is pretty beneficial to someone that lives off-grid. As far as running Starlink goes, there's no problem. It's been 45 minutes. The system's up to 96% now, so it's going up. And the Starlink system, as long as the sun is out, would never drain the system. It's been just over an hour, and we're at 100% charge. So I figure I may as well use this to pump some water. I can see that it's running because it's at 100% charge. The pump is, well, the system is running 730 watts. Which means that, of course, that large pump is most of that demand, and around 100 of that is from Starlink, maybe a little less. I can see that it's still charging. It went down to 99%, and then I can see the gauge blinking around, and it shows the Anderson icon showing how it's being charged. So I'm moving about 300 gallons of water from this cistern down here in the bottom right up to the water tower up top there, using this 1/2 horsepower pump. It should take about an hour. It's a 1,600 gallon hour pump, but I'm moving the water up about 30 feet total. When I got back last night, it was too windy to tell you. When I left to run the errand, the system was at 77%. When I got back, it was at 100%. That's when I decided to plug in the freezer. So I just plug it into this outlet that goes into the system. And it keeps everything in here frozen. Matter of fact, this drink is frozen. Once the freezer really gets up to temperature, then I unplug it for the night. And I leave my Starlink running all night long, so all my security cameras are going. And when I woke up this morning, it was still at 57%, which is huge. This system does amazing. Now, full disclosure, I have another system in the van, so the only things that I didn't run on the system that I did use yesterday was my laptop and my phone. Oh, and I have a little fridge connected to the system in there. I think you probably could run all those items on this thing as well, and it would have either made it through the night and been low, or, you know, maybe it died right before sunrise or something. So you wouldn't, you know, you could just unplug your laptop and your phone when you went to bed and probably be just fine. I'm really impressed with this little system with only 400 watts going into it. I should be able to pretty well run everything I want to on the homestead 24/7. You know, I do unplug the freezer, but I don't need it plugged in all the time. If you timed it carefully, during the day when it's at its peak at 100%, you can run more requiring power tools, charge batteries and things like that, because that's like free energy. You just couldn't run a bunch more stuff at night. Let's see if this unit will power this small welder. So far so good. It did power right up, you can hear it. See the fan moving. Now this surface is not prepped or anything, but I just ran a little bead here, as ugly as it is, just to show you guys that you could run a bead. It did not kill the system, it didn't break the breaker, it's still running. So yeah, you can run a small welder like this Forney Easy Weld. Alexa, pause. Oh, I forgot to mention, I've been running my Alexa this whole time for music. It's actually gone up, so we're at 58%, and I was running the welder, plus Starlink is going, plus the music, and the sun's just coming up. Here's what's crazy, guys. I have like a $10,000 solar power system in my shop, and that skill saw, when I have the music playing and then I run the skill saw, it trips the breaker long enough to kill the music. And the saw will keep working, but it always just trips it just enough to stop the music from playing. And this little unit doesn't. It doesn't trip this unit. I got the music playing, I'm running the skill saw, I used the welder. It's pretty crazy, guys, how advanced and how much better these units are getting, and for the price. Something I really like about this unit is that it has low temperature protection, which a lot of units don't offer. They have an NCM battery, which means you can store it in a smaller space. It's 2200 watt hours, 3600 peak. And there's 2 Anderson plugs, so you can run 2 totally different solar panel arrays or anything you want to do there. Right now these units are on sale, and you can get an additional 5% off using my link below and the code Frugal Off Grid.